Yo, what's up, everyone? It is the Beast. I know, we're way too close to the camera. We've got shadows. Eventually, my son and I are building a studio for us with a green screen and lights so he can TikTok. Follow him on TikTok, by the way. He's going way viral and much better at social media than I am at Zach Randomizing Things. ZACH Randomizing Things. He does cool transition videos. He makes you ponder life. He's really good at this. But if you want to help me out and you see the shadow and my face or you hear the sound of my voice, subscribe to this channel. Hit the little subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. For just even more, you can hit the little bell and then you'll be notified when I put up a new video. But and also share the videos when you have a chance. So I know a lot of you come here for my sports takes and Canes takes and all that stuff, but every once in a while I like to go off the beaten path because that's just how my brain is. Also, what I was saying is eventually we're going to build a studio in the house so that we can have a green screen and I can put good backgrounds and it's something more visually pleasing to look at than the shadow of my head on the wall behind me. But I want to use this video to just think out loud. Give you a little background. You guys know, most of you know what I've done for a living for the last 25 years plus and where I've been and what I've done and all that. And if you don't know, then I'm sure it's on one of these other videos, or you can hit me up at Miami Radio Beast on the Twitter, which would give you a hint. And I'll be happy to tell you. But my wife, Allison, she's a teacher. Currently, she is a 7th grade gifted teacher at a middle school here in South Florida. She taught elementary school. She taught middle school. She's been all over. She has a million different certificates. She's certified K through 12. She is... and that's all she's ever wanted to do her whole life, is be a teacher. And my good friend, Don Bailey, who I don't talk to enough recently, we were on a bus ride coming home from one of the Canes trips we were on back in the days of me being on the sidelines, and just talking about, at the time, when I was dating my wife, and there was a lot of things going on in my life, and, we were just having a conversation, and Don made the point that you can never go wrong with marrying two types of people, 2 types of women or men, whatever your preference is. And that would be a teacher or nurse. And he said the reason why is most men need patient women in their lives. And women and nurses are amongst the most patient occupations where you need patience. Therefore, they make good partners in crime. And he was absolutely right. Don's wife, Priscilla, we call her the Den Mom. We used to call her the Den Mom when I was on the trips because she would always bring snacks and protect us, and she was like the Den Mom. She was a nurse, and then she upgraded to become a nurse anesthetist. Really, really smart. Just really awesome. But patient and awesome. And so back at the time, Don put that seed in my mind that 2 of the best occupations you can look for in a partner would be a nurse or a teacher. So I found my teacher. I found Allison. And it's true. She's incredibly patient. Way more patient than she should be. She puts up with way too much crap. The amounts of crap that I've piled on her shoulders go way, way beyond the tallest buildings on this planet. So I'm ever thankful and grateful for that. But because I am married to a teacher and live with a teacher, I know about the hashtag teacher life. And it is one, especially here in Florida, that is really tough because teachers just get completely shat on. Shat on in a way that you wouldn't believe. And I'm not saying that it's the majority of parents, but there's definitely a good amount of parents that take a big deuce on their kids' teachers. There's students that take a big deuce on their teachers. And then furthermore, the system takes a big deuce on teachers because, especially here in Florida, where comparatively to a lot of the other big states in the country, teachers are paid like crap and compensated like crap and treated like crap. And throughout this, if you're I don't know when you're watching this, but right now it is October 2020. We're still in the middle of the pandemic. Schools are just getting back to opening up here for in-person learning here in Broward County in Florida. So having gone through the last few months of watching the school board meetings and the superintendent and the Broward Teachers Union negotiate for how these schools would open and how the teachers would be treated, etc., it was like you could tell that the way teachers were treated as employees and as people that provide the education and the atmosphere for your kids to learn in was like so far down on the list of what people were concerned about that it really got my blood boiling. And I guess, I have a unique perspective because my son is a student, my wife is a teacher, and I just think teachers are the best thing on earth. I really do. They're up there with any other frontline worker of a doctor, a nurse, an EMT, a person in the military of how highly I think of teachers because of the job they do. And they're just shat on. Like they're just their needs, their wants, their ability to succeed is just it comes so far behind what it should be in this country, and especially in the state of Florida. And like if up in the Northeast, in states that are considered bastions of education, they compensate their teachers really well. If you live in New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, those places where education is the thing, where there's lots of the best colleges and schools, they compensate their teachers rather well. Now, granted, there's a cost of living, right? There's a cost of living that has to be adjusted for. The cost of living up in those places is different than it is in Florida, but still, we're not that far behind on the cost of living here in a metropolitan area like Miami-Dade and Broward County. And it's not equal, and our governor Ron DeSantis, I don't want to make this political, but lately he's been touting his efforts to get teachers paid more. But when you really look into those efforts, it's really in order to attract new teachers to the area. So first year teachers might get paid more than my wife's been teaching for 20 plus years, and first year teachers are going to come in and might make more than she does, for instance, because they're trying to attract new teachers to the area. But they're not compensating the teachers that have been loyal and been with them for a long time. So I'm trying to figure out in my mind, how can I help? And it's like, do you run for school board? And after watching those proceedings over the last few months, no, because I don't think they get much done, to be honest with you, to make a huge impact. And I think there's just like too much crap involved in that. I just want to find a way for teachers to be treated fairly and to be compensated for the work that they do. Because in a lot of cases, they're not just about educating your children, which I think should be one of the utmost of importance when it comes to things that your child will have in their life is their education. But a lot of times they're playing older sister, mother, a caretaker, and so many other positions in your child's life. And they deserve to be treated and compensated as such. And, I think one of the biggest issues, and a lot of you are going to go crazy on me for this, but really, it's not an issue. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but the reason why Florida probably does not pay teachers what they should be paid or more is because there is no state income tax. So Florida misses a huge revenue stream that other states have. And we could sit here and fight about the pluses and minuses of that all day, but that's just a fact, right? Is that Florida is missing a revenue stream that other states have. I'm not advocating that Florida should put in a state income tax, but it is surely something that is missing. So how do you make up for that? How can the state of Florida better compensate their teachers? How can, where I live in Broward County, better compensate their teachers and treat them more fairly without having that revenue stream? That's something I really am pondering these days as I see my wife really stressed out and working her ass off for her students, because now she's going back to school and she'll be teaching kids in her classroom as well as kids that are virtual, and really doing extra amounts of work in an environment that I don't know if it's going to be safe or not. Even without a pandemic, the school environment may or may not be safe when we consider all the things that teachers have to be wary of, from active shooter drills to literally a kid taking a dump in a water fountain as a joke right outside their classroom. I won't get into the details of that one. That creates kind of a hazard that you don't expect to deal with on the job. So I just, listen, I know I'm just blabbering on and, what have you, but I'm really just looking for you to comment and to hit me up on social media at Miami Radio Beast. Is how can we help the teachers in the state of Florida? How can we help the teachers in Broward County and Miami-Dade County get compensated better, get treated more fairly? What are some ideas that you might have? So this is me reaching out to you. Help me help you with your ideas. We'll be back with more sports as we head towards the weekend, and certainly we'll get back on track. But in thinking about stuff going on right now, this one is one that I've really been marinating on. All right. On that note, thank you for subscribing if you have. If you haven't, please do. And if you want to tell your friends, that would be also awesome. And your friends, and your more friends, and even more friends, and your coworkers, and your family, and everybody. Because we need to get up over 1,000 subscribers, and then I can actually use the YouTube channel to help keep the lights on in the house, which is really an important thing. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.